Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back as always to another video on the channel. It's Ansonex, and today I wanted to talk about the top 5 heroes in lane stage in Deadlock. And that's because with the new lane swap feature, it's easier than ever to just swap back and forth if you feel like you've got a matchup that doesn't really work out well for you. If you're someone like Lash or Dynamo who's weaker early in the game, you can avoid these guys and let your stronger laners kind of take the punches. And going from 5 to 1 was actually really difficult because as you read through the roster, you realize how strong it actually is and how strong the characters are and how kind of well balanced the game is. And while certainly the heroes in this list are markedly better than others in the lane stage, none of the heroes are unplayable early on, and you should never regard a game as over or the lane's lost just because you've got a disadvantageous matchup. So in this video, we're going to talk about what makes these heroes so good in lane, as well as what we can be doing to make their life harder in the first few minutes of the game, and make sure we set ourselves up for success. So without further ado, these are all heroes where, unless you're playing a strong character like yourself or you got teammates able to gank you, you might want to just play a little bit more passive so you can play for souls and compete when your character comes online later on. And so to jump right in, our first, or number 5 hero, our 5th top lane hero is Wraith. Wraith has a lot of things going for her in lane, and the first one is that her kit is built around one-on-one burst damage. Even 1 or 2 of her abilities can burst you down to 0 HP if you're caught out, and on top of that, she's got a really high fire rate, which makes it super easy to confirm or deny souls after a missed shot. And so what many Wraith players are going to be looking to do early on is to build into their cards. And to do this, it's important, or to counter this, it's important to break their line of sight, as she can't do significant damage to you, even with her cards, if she can't see you. Note that she can kind of bend the cards around a curve because they go where her mouse is pointing, but they only lock onto you if she can see you. So if you're around a corner, she might still be able to hit you, but she's not going to be able to do it consistently. It's only if you're in her line of sight that she's going to be able to spam those cards on you like crazy. So look to do chunk damage to Wraith and force her to eventually leave lane without overexposing yourself, because she doesn't have any way to heal herself without buying items. So she's got to go all the way back to base to make it work. The next one, this one is a little bit underrated, I think, Paradox. Paradox is strong in lane, but specifically in a duo lane, because she is great at forcing you out of her position with her grenade. And then she can do it again with her wall or ult, which will give her teammates an easy ability to put on the finishing touches, if you will. And so that crowd control really is at the core of Paradox's kit, and it works from almost the second that the game starts. And so you want to play as close to Paradox, up close and personal, as you can, because we just mentioned that her kit is great at getting you out of position, but that really doesn't work as well when her position is your position. So keep it up close and personal. Speaking of up close and personal, Abrams is number 3. It should be no surprise that he is on this list, because he's been consistently one of the best heroes throughout the game for as long as I've been playing it through the past months. His shotgun makes it really easy to confirm or deny souls, and his abilities and character kit are only strengthened by the tight quarters that is the lane areas of the map. And Abrams is a really simple but really devastating character. Keep a distance and it will be very difficult for him to do damage to you, though. If you have Abrams in a solo lane and you're not a character that can stand up to his close range punishment, play under Guardian or play for souls where he has to expose himself to the Guardian to attack it, and you can chunk him down from there over time. Number 2, these two I really think are really properly dangerous. Lady Geist. Lady Geist has a very similar grenade toss to Paradox, except for the massive difference that Paradox's is meant for crowd control and Geist is meant to do damage. Paradox's grenade is going to force you out of cover, but Geist will kill you behind cover. Geist has the single highest bullet damage in the game as well, so playing her face to face can be very difficult also. And what I mean by single bullet damage, I mean like a single shot. Abrams, for example, if he hits you with every pellet, does more, but Geist does more per her single shot. And if we look at her lane weakness, it's her very low fire rate. You're going to use this to deny souls and easily confirm your own. High fire rate heroes, Wraith, Ivy, you guys, you want to be looking at taking abuse of this and knowing that if she shoots a trooper for a last shot, it's going to be another, I'm not sure what it is, maybe quarter second, fifth of a second before she's able to shoot again. So you can abuse that if you're one of those high fire rate characters that can just get more bullets down range than she can. So The other part, though, you need to keep Geist in view. This is what makes it so difficult, is because you need to be able to see when she's going to throw her grenade, and you need at least one stamina bar to be ready to get away from the grenade. And while Geist is incredibly intimidating while she's hitting her shots, since her fire rate is so low, she needs to sacrifice a lot of time away from killing troopers to be attacking you. So make sure to avoid that grenade and kill the troopers, and you'll be able to come online afterwards and fight that Geist. Next and finally, we got number 1, I don't think it's a surprise to anybody, Talon. He is really just better Vindicta early on in the game. It's intensely difficult to play against this guy because his kit flourishes in the early game conditions a little bit like Abrams, but in a different way. Despite the recent changes to his charge hitbox, his charge shot hitbox, I think it's still very generous. And the recent change on his immobilizing trap is a big nerf, but it's still not enough to knock him off the top spot on our list today. Not to mention that his ult or the ability to fly, which, like, you have significant mobility while he's up in the air as well. You can try and dodge that charge shot, but he's probably still just gonna hit it anyways, and his ult can easily finish you off without him even being able to see you. And so the best way to play against Talon, unless you have a similarly strong lane hero, is to keep out of sight and force him to get close to you if he wants to do damage. A character like Abrams is someone I would be looking at for a counter on Talon. Stay close to that bridge as possible without exposing yourself to him, and if you do have to, try to make it within melee range. His ult can't kill you if you have high HP, and the only way to keep high HP against Talon is to keep out of sight, which really is, guys, the common theme today. A lot of people play just way too aggressively, and this is myself included, in lane, and it can really hurt you. Play for souls. Remember, the objective of the lane stage is to just get as many souls and out-farm the enemy as you can. And so, another thing too, guys, again, if you have a disadvantageous matchup, just swap. Just use the lane swap feature. It's super easy. Just click a couple buttons and hopefully your team follows up and obliges your request. And that's all I got for you today, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It really means the world to me. I respond to all the comments, as long as you're not calling me rude things down there. I'm very eager to hear any type of conversation that you want to begin, whether it's a disagreement with the video here, if you think I missed somebody, or if you just want to talk about who your favorite heroes are, or anything that's on your mind down in the comments. I want to hear about it. And if you have been enjoying the videos, you find yourself coming back all the time, I've been streaming a lot more. So stick around, check out some weeknights this week. I guarantee you I'll be streaming around 7 to 10 o'clock Eastern time. Some nights this week, so I really want to see you there. I want to get to know you a little bit. We're starting to pump the numbers up a little bit, and I want to meet some of these people that have been watching my videos, because it means the world to me. So if you want to come hang out, I really want to see you there. Thanks so much for watching again, guys. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you again next Sunday. Peace.